say it's a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part. But yeah, man. Y'all know what it be when you see me, 14, 4 family, you know what I'm saying? New subs, new viewers, welcome. What y'all waiting on? Smack that subscribe button, smack that like button, and leave a comment, man, because you know what we finna get into. We finna get in that power talk. We finna get into that right now. That new Ghost season 2 episode 6 came out. Seen that mud last night. It's been real nitty gritty. Kane feeling some type of way. Drew feeling some type of way. Diana feeling some type of way. Monet feeling some type of way. Tariq feeling some type of way. Brain feeling some type of way. Nigga, it's just been a whole type of way episode right there. You feel me? Tariq got locked up. Tariq got out with $1 million bond. You know what I'm saying? With the one dude that helped him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, nigga, I got what you need. Just let me free, damn it. So, you know what I'm saying? He made this shit happen. You know, now we here. He is on, you know, he do got that ankle bracelet on. So, you know, he can't do a lot. But you know what I'm saying? I think Tariq finna wreak havoc. I don't know how you gonna do it, but he finna go absolute crazy. We've actually seen a lot of stuff, you know, that might trickle into, you know, the next episode, probably a couple episodes, you know, further and all that good nature. But hey, man, I'm gonna quit talking. We're gonna get straight into this video though. Oh, and the reviews and the recap that I'm on is called MovieBot on YouTube. He be doing this thing with the power and the BMF and all
so
that
Tariq's stay in jail was very short-lived after some help from Rashad Tate, who has a lot of influence, and you can see him using all the help of the powerful people around him, including Davis McLean, Cooper Sachs, and Kanan, who came back in yet another hallucination scene. And when he came out, this is such a rare thing to see from Tariq, with how he went at Brayden, and rightly so. Brayden definitely deserved it, but Brayden gave it back to Tariq as well, and as expected, not only did Brayden hold it down for Tariq, but Effie did as well. And there is a bit more we learned about Effie in this episode, but with the Tejadas, Monet and Kane, they're in trouble, because Tariq is eyeing both of them. He can't trust any of the Tejadas, which we'll get to in this video. And Lorenzo being home, he really is causing up a stir in his family, as we start to see the family split and divide, with Kane and Monet siding, and Lorenzo favouring Drew. But with Mecca telling Kane towards the end of the episode that he wants to meet Lorenzo, what's his play? So we're going to dive deep into all things Power Book 2 Ghost, episode 6 in this review and recap. But let's start with the Tejadas, where this episode kicked off, and that's with Lorenzo's homecoming. He said that Diana did something that nobody was able to do, and she was the most loyal out of everyone. And with Kino telling Lorenzo that he raised the boss in Diana, we all saw the look on Monet's face, because she's the one who raised Diana, while Lorenzo was inside, and she really wasn't pleased with the way Diana helped Lorenzo, and kept it a secret. And she made her feelings very well known when she told Diana that she killed a man. But all of a sudden, Diana's got this confidence about her, with now that her papi's home. But Monet grabs Diana right up against the wall and tells her, like, you don't know who you're fucking with. And just like she told Kane in season 1, she told Diana that she'll kill her right there. And that's because Diana asked the right question. Is there a reason you don't want Lorenzo home? Clearly Monet didn't want Lorenzo home, because it was written all over her face multiple times in this episode. And that's because her power and control over her family is gone. Just have a look at the positions that Lorenzo is having his kids play compared to the position that Monet had them playing. And that was Lorenzo showing that he was back. He was at the head of the Tejada household, especially when he had Zeke patted down. And you can tell, he really doesn't give a shit about Zeke, because he's not his. And just imagine when he finds out that he's Monet's son, who she had with Mecca, who happens to be Kane's connect. So this Tejada split is just getting warmed up.
That's
straight away, we
nuts.
see Lorenzo showing us how he favoured Drew over Kane when he told Kino that Drew is way ahead of his time, and he'll be running the city when he's gone. And Kane really didn't like this. But before we get to that, who's Kino? He's someone that was inside with Lorenzo. He never hit Monet up when he was out, because he's now working for the Broad Street Killers, the BSKs, a group of people that Lorenzo protected him from in prison, but now he's rolling with them on the outside. And this is who Drew was talking about when he said, you have to eliminate the threat. Lorenzo needs a crew, and Drew made the call that they need to eliminate Kino and take his crew, but they need to be very subtle about how they do this and get their number 2 on side. Because the last thing that they want.
This is my thing though. This is why I really think Kane should be number 2, because Kane pretty much did all of this shit already. Kane literally went to somebody's whole garage trap. I don't remember what it was. Literally slaughtered all of them niggas except one, and then said he wanted 90% of everything. Like, no, he said he wanted all of that shit. Like, he said he wanted 100% of that. and then boom. Now look, you my little henchman, whatever, and now he getting scoped and all that shit because they know what went down and shit with Zeke. So you know what I'm saying? He popped that Zeke and shit. So yeah, they ain't really fooling with him, but I mean, he already did that. He pretty much got his own crew. You know what I'm saying? Or he can make one just as fast.
Is start a war, and this is why Lorenzo prefers Drew over Kane, for many reasons. He told Monet that Drew's ready, Diana belongs in the classroom, and he's happy for her to go to school, and Kane's a soldier. But Drew has got a cool head, he can build, he can make the right decisions, and he can handle himself in the streets. And even though he does have a weakness, which is Ev, which Lorenzo knows about by the way, he saw how Drew was clocking Ev at Lorenzo's homecoming party the night before, who Monet told to fuck off by the way. But that doesn't change Lorenzo's opinion on what Drew's capable of. This is something we spoke about heavily during the mid-season break, and now we're seeing the first stage. He's going from the outsider to the insider, to eventually then becoming the leader. And Kane feels annoyed, because when Lorenzo was on the inside, he was the one who found the new connect. But let's not forget about how he got back in with the family, and that's with the powdered sugar move, which Diana knows by the way. But just the first few minutes of this episode told us that Lorenzo is all about control. There was no way he was going to accept Kane as the plug. He sat down as the head of the family and laid all of their positions out. He said all of them will have their own people, which they'll be in charge of, except Diana, who'll go to school, but not exactly the school she wanted. And that's because Diana, so in return, she told Lorenzo about Monet's exit plan, which Drew backed up, and told her how she had this exit.
See, that's annoying. Diana, that's the reason why Diana annoying, bro. Diana gotta get up off the crew, bro. Like, she be talking too much just so she can get her way. What type of sense does that make, nigga? Like, you gonna keep doing this and eventually you probably gonna lock your dad back up. You gonna lock somebody else up. Or somebody gonna get off. All because you wanna have your way. All because you think you a street bitch. Like, get out of here. Like, go to school. Like your pops is telling you. Because you probably gonna be the reason why all them niggas is out of prison here in a couple episodes. You know what I'm saying? So, stay in school, learn about that law shit, and then, you know what I'm saying, we gonna get you back in the street shit, you know what I'm saying? But nah, she don't care about that.
And when Zeke goes pro, they were all gonna follow him around the country, and they'll all have different roles. And just like I said before, Lorenzo doesn't give a shit about Zeke. He doesn't get any special treatment just because he's Monet's nephew, technically son. So let's see what Lorenzo does with this information. But with Lorenzo favoring Drew, Kane's been someone who's learning from Mecca. He knows that without him, his family loses the connect. He's the plug. He learned that from Mecca in episode 4, when Mecca taught him that you can replace corner boys, but you can't always find another plug. But this also showed Lorenzo why he prefers Drew over Kane, because Kane is someone who's always thinking about himself. It's always at first, think later with Kane. But with Mecca, at first, he wanted to keep his identity a secret. Of course, for his plan to work, he needs to stay invisible, just like a ghost. But after Monet told him that it's done, it's over. He's gone from laying back to now playing offense. And now he wants to meet Lorenzo. But what's his game meeting Lorenzo? We're just gonna have to wait and see. But all of this has just pissed Kane off with Lorenzo playing Drew close to him, and also with how he said Drew and him already.
We all shop online, right? And when we do, we always see that little promo code field prompting us at checkout. Well, then.
Are ready to meet the connect. How Mecca now wants to meet Lorenzo, and this forces Kane to joining forces with Monet, because they both feel pushed aside by Lorenzo, and because Monet needs the money to pay Davis McLean, because he's asked for $500K for any information that could lead back to the Tejadas. So
also, McLean, that nigga be knowing everything. That nigga knows everything. Thing is, he don't need to know what really happened to get you off. Why don't niggas understand that about this nigga? Like, this nigga might be expensive, but this nigga gonna get you out of jail, out of prison. This nigga's gonna get you into a safe place. Hey, yo, y'all mad wild, and I can hear everything you saying. But back to what I was saying, man, before I was rudely interrupted, you know what I'm saying? But nah, like, y'all don't understand, like, this man literally is getting paid to keep niggas out. Only thing that Sax did that was good was get Tariq mama into protective custody. And then she just switched to another location. So, ain't no telling what the mama owns, so you know what I'm talking about? Like, damn, man.
Got no choice but to lean on course correct once again. and that leads them to working with Tariq, Braden, and Effie as well. So, with that being said, let's move away from the Tahadas and let's talk about Tariq in jail, his case, his relationship with Braden and Effie,
Tariq already a
and his
step
business
ahead
with
of
the
them niggas
Tahadas.
because he got
Let's
his
start
own
with him
crew.
in jail, and it was pretty inevitable. Trying to get bail for a double homicide, which includes killing a cop, was pretty impossible, and Tariq told McClane and Sachs that someone's framing him, which is half true. But Sachs knows who Tariq is, and he knows that he's not completely innocent, but McClane doesn't care. He makes it clear to never ask questions that they don't want the answers to, and he showed who's above who in this scene. And this little issue between Sachs and McClane is definitely one to watch, especially when it comes to Davis's brother, Theo. But notice how McClane said in this scene that Tariq's call with Tasha can wait. I bet we hear that phone call before the season ends. And while he's waiting for Rashad Tate, he's thinking, how the fuck did I end up in this position? How did he let Kane do this to him? But Kanan opened his eyes. He said he's looking at all of this wrong. He told Tariq that he's so focused on Kane that he's not seeing the whole board. He needs to think about who was pulling the strings and who was helping him make the moves in season 1. That was his mom Tasha. So he thought Monet was pulling the strings for Kane, and he said he had bullets waiting for all of them. But Kanan said, sometimes it's the ones you love the most, and that includes Lauren and Braden. But to be released from jail, Tariq used the help of Rashad Tate, and he did this by promising him the photo album.
What? Bro, no, bro. If the mama got something to do with this, bro, Tariq off and everybody, bro. Tariq, man, let me find out Tasha got something to do with this. After he tried helping yo dumb ass. Got your ass in protective custody, so you wouldn't get killed. Now look. You were setting niggas up, man. That's that bullshit, boy.
We've been discussing over the past few weeks. The clue was in the very first episode because Sweeney said he burned his evidence, but the Western's photo album still exists that he had Braden get is going to help Tate get his seat at the table. And Tariq's out of jail thanks to his new friendly judge, who's a friend of Rashad Tate's. And he went straight for Braden. And wow, when have we ever seen Tariq this angry before? It rarely happens.
Was pissed. That nigga
One scene does come to mind, which was in season 6, episode 10. When he told Ghost that he hates him for how much he lied and how selfish he was. And it's a very similar situation that Tariq now finds himself in. He's angry at Braden for lying to him about working with Kane, which ended up with him being wrapped with a double homicide. And if you notice, Tariq gets very angry with someone's lying to him. But let's not get it twisted. Even though I am rooting for Tariq, he is a bit of a hypocrite in this scene because he's someone who lies all the time. And he's telling Braden to go follow his family's footsteps before...
See, that's why I like this nigga. Hey, y'all tap in with MovieBot, man. Hey, he be having some crazy ass information, man. And it all be tying together. That should be crazy, bro. Cause, you know what I'm saying? That nigga was hella hypocritical in this mug, you know what I'm saying? Braden lied to him, then that pissed him off just because that nigga was sitting in jail and couldn't really, you know, go behind this little master plan good enough because, you know, Ops set him up and shit, but you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, speaking of Ops, Lauren, you're a op. No, I'm just playing. Low key, you still is a op because you wouldn't even talk to that nigga Tariq, bro. So you probably the Ops. And then Carrie, oh yeah, Carrie, I hope Monet, wow, I hope Monet off your ass, boy. You mean to tell me you just made my chick become the feds, and now she don't want to talk to me because she don't know what to believe? All right.
Ends up dead or in jail. But what Braden said was 100% right as well. Ghost was rich and connected, just like the Westerns, and both of them chose to be in this life when they had a choice. Ghost gave Tariq the choice of going straight, but he chose this path, and so did Braden. And he even said in this episode again, he loves this shit. But in the end, after a conversation with Effie, Tariq was honest with Braden and told him everything, exactly how it went down with Ramirez and Jabari. And so was Braden honest with him about how Monet and Kane approached him to replace Tariq. So, with that being said, let's talk about Effie's relationship with Tariq and how she held it down for him. Now, Tariq asked Effie about her connect, but she said Tariq's connect had better shit than hers, and her connect stopped answering his phone a while back. So make of that what you will. It doesn't tell us who Effie's connect is, but there is some more info. But Tariq was open with Effie because Effie knows who he is. He's a monster. And when Tariq told her that he killed Jabari, she said he did what he had to do. Very similar to what Jukebox said to Kanan when he told her that he killed his own son Sean. You did what you had to do. And there's a little Easter egg which some of you may or may not have caught. But Effie and Braden are the two people that he can trust. Effie was going to handle transport and re-ups, and Braden was going to...
I gotta watch Raising Kanan now.
And Effie certainly knows how
I
to
gotta
handle
watch it again.
and carry herself.
All of you.
And she even said she'll be able to handle Kane, but she was worried about him. But Tariq said he knows what he has to do. He's got to kill Kane. And I agree. He does have to get rid of him. But I'm not sure. I don't think Tariq...
See, he is going to have to off Kane, but I don't think Tariq got that plan of what's going, he ain't got that plan. He ain't got that back plan to if the nigga die, because I guarantee you Monet and Lorenzo gonna be on his ass the rest of the season, whatever you call it, because you killed Kane. And that was they shooter. So if you shoot they shooter, oh yeah, they gonna try to come for your ass. But only person I think that'll really be able to take care of that is I really want to say Monet. I can't even say Lorenzo gonna take care of that, because Lorenzo been inside the whole time. Yeah, he might know what's all going on, but he ain't gonna do that. He don't know what's going on
this
yet.
Shit on Kane and get rid of him by sending him to prison.
And Monet got
and
more information on
is
Tariq.
Braden, Effie, and maybe Diana as well, who Tariq could use.
Hey, that might be where Monet gets her power back in the household. I don't know yet, but hey, when that do happen, if Kane do get off, and since Monet knows so much more information about him, Lorenzo probably gonna take that step down. Probably, but this nigga hungry for power, so ain't no telling what he finna do. And they don't have crews yet. Like I said, Tariq is up on that. Like, yeah, like, it's whatever, but trust me, Monet gonna fuck around be the head of the table again if this happens.
Against Monet and Kane. But this episode finished with Tariq showing Ghost's letter to Effie, and Effie telling Tariq that maybe Ghost didn't know you at all. Your story isn't over. It's just the beginning. So he burns the letter. But elsewhere in the episode, we saw Tariq finishing things with Lauren, which pushes him to lean on Effie even more. And now she's got a bone to pick with Carrie, because she's finally realized that she was lying to her about how they were looking at Braden when she very well knew that Tariq was the target. And she also knows that she was sleeping with Zeke. So this is definitely one thing to keep in the back of our mind. Now, there was a mention of 2-Bit in this conversation between Tariq and Braden, but he said that he hasn't hit his phone in a minute, so who knows if we'll see him. Now, we also saw Lil Guap, who still hasn't...
Nah, 2-Bit, that nigga 2-Bit finna come out of nowhere. 2-Bit comes out of nowhere in this series. Like, 2-Bit, that nigga literally came out of nowhere the very first time we met this nigga. Like, the nigga just knocked on his door, opened it, and mopped him. Like, dang, nigga, like, what's up with you, bro? And then he over here talking about, yeah, your dad owe me bread, nigga. Then that's my pops, nigga. That ain't on me. That's what I'd have told him. But I mean, I guess since he saved his life, I guess he do owe him one now, type shit.
With his social media ways, and then there's also Cooper Saxe spying on Jenny Sullivan, and you can bet, with Cooper Saxe being shady as he is, he's gonna use his relationship with her to get inside info for Tariq. And that was episode 6. Not exactly action-packed, but this set the foundation for the rest of the season,
really
which will definitely be insane. So drop all your comments down below, and I will be back with my part 2 recap later on this evening. So if you're new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah, man, like I said, shout out MovieBot, man. MovieBot be having that info, man. Hey, throughout the week, too, I'm going to keep doing these little recaps and, you know, kind of the evolution or the evolving of the characters, you know, now that it's getting kind of, you know, heated and things is getting juicy and stuff. So, yeah, this was just the episode 6 review and recap, you know what I'm saying? So, hopefully y'all enjoyed that, man. Hey, make sure y'all keep smashing the like button, keep smashing the subscribe button. Leave a comment if you need, man. Hey, I'm going to come back with y'all with some more of this. So, I'm going to get with y'all later. But until then, we live by the folk, stay by the folk. Loyalty, respect, hustle, motivation. And I am gone.